The video opens to a small stage covered with light sea green curtains. At the top of the curtains is another smaller curtain, this time in white, to create a nice swoop. The Hardrick Rivers Revue band consists of 5 male members. From left to right, the first member is Ed Huey. He is an older, bald, white male dressed in a red button-up t-shirt with black pants. He plays the harmonica for the group. The next member is Rick Seal. He is an older white male dressed in a white, short-sleeve button-up shirt with khaki pants and a brown cowboy hat. He plays lead guitar for the group. The next member is Pop Himes, the drummer. He is an older black male that is dressed in a white button-up, short-sleeve shirt. The fourth member is Hardrick Rivers, an older black male that is dressed in a long-sleeved, button-up red plaid shirt with a pair of green pants. He switches between playing the saxophone and singing. The final member of the group is James Wagley. He is an older white male dressed in a black polo shirt and blue jeans. He plays the bass guitar for the band.
Okay, what's happening now?
No,
They're calling out the leads.
I stepped on his lead. I thought I was
Yeah,
safe.
Ricky, he had to hog the show.
He get anxious.
Is this for real?
We don't know.
We're trying our best.
We don't know if it's for real.
All I
Who
can say
knows
is,
whether anything.
What is real?
real is Cane River.
Okay.
That's a real river, runs through the city of Natchitoches, 26 miles long, and we all cater to Cane River. We're gonna do a song about that right now. There's a lot of things going on.
Okay, good shot.
They've got all kinds of people out here. We just want to let the people know that for a long time now, we're just a bunch of easygoing men. We don't try to force nothing. We're just an easygoing man. Name of this song is Easygoing Man. forgot this song we're about to do next was written by the one and only Rick Seal. He does a very good job of writing songs, and he let us record it when he was with Rock Blues Band, and we were all there together. Here's a good blues song that Rick wrote, and we're going to do it for you right now. I used to stay up late with the all-night radio, catch those electric blues blowing down from Chicago. I love to hear them sing Money Baby and Old Buddy too. played one note very early, and that was wrong bananas, but we ain't talking about bananas.
You'll hear it again.
Way,
I don't
you
have
hear
no-
it the rest of your life.
I didn't hear anything you said.
It was real high, and it was wrong high.
Oh,
You'll
yeah,
hear it again.
I know that.
Yeah.
Chord changed before I thought it was gonna change.
Oh,
So,
It would have been the right chord. If
Lover Girl.
we stayed on, A, it'd have been the right thing.
That was his own signature.
It was funky. I knew that when I played
the
it.
song that is coming up next is a little song that my uncle wrote. He used to drive 18-wheeler and drive convoy for cars. And he used to keep a tablet on the seat with him all the time. He'd think of something, he'd write it down. And when we were doing the recording session, he gave me this song. And the name of it was Lover Girl. You are my lover girl. Well, we got a big song left. And back in the day,
What's the name of the band?
the band is called, this is the original Rocks Blues Band from Natchitoches, Louisiana. We've been hanging out with each other, some say 20 years now.
Wow.
And
More so.
More.
yeah, 20 plus years now. And we played everywhere, done everything musically. So we decided to take some time out to write some songs of our own and have them produced. But there was a girl that was, I wouldn't say hard-headed, but she just wanted things her way. And it just don't work that way. It didn't work that way.
Where's the crowd goes wild?
And the crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes runs for the
Thank you, guys.
It don't work that way.
You know, the one thing that I proved, the one thing that was proven tonight, you can practice all you want, but when it's time to work, it worked that way. We were better in playing and all the practice.
All right.
We cleaned up some stuff, but it was
Yeah, but you're right. I'll learn way more playing and practicing. But, you know, I'd like to do Cane River again, though. I screwed up that ride. I fell all over that.
Well, you can't get that back. Every wrong note, you can't get it back. It goes into a pile of wrong notes.
But it's coming, rolling and rolling.
In the friggin'
Doc, we all right?
The scene shifts to the McGill Recital Hall, where Dr. Shane Rasmussen is interviewing Hardrick Rivers. Dr. Rasmussen, a white male with glasses, wears a mask, an orange plaid long-sleeve button-up shirt, and black dress pants. Hardrick Rivers now wears a white, long-sleeve button-up shirt and black pants, along with a hat for the New Orleans Saints football team.
Hardrick, you've been playing since you were 13 years old.
Correct.
That's incredible. You started with Dr. Drip Drop. What was that like?
That was different. I had never played nightclub music, so that was different.
Yeah.
To
You were
learn.
pretty young to be playing in nightclubs.
Yeah. Actually started when I was 12, but about to have a birthday. And it was different. Learning songs and not reading them, you know.
And he helped you form your sound, your own sound.
Exactly. We played every weekend, and he had a sax player before me that would come down and tell me my sound was poor, and I needed to go back to the woodshed, things like that. And one day he called and said, "You're all right."
He gave you the thumbs up. Now,
Yeah.
how long were you in that proverbial woodshed?
Years. Yeah, from about 12 when I started to about 16, I'd say, 3-4 years.
So that was, in a sense, that was playing your dues, right?
Playing, yes. Playing and paying. But it was different because I had to learn the songs and then develop my own style. And I didn't know what my style was.
Right.
So it was just play. And then he knew, so, or rather they knew.
You've been playing music around the world. I mean, you've been international.
I've been several places, yes.
You know, I remember that tour to Italy.
That was fun. Actual fun while we were there. It was more fun after we came home, you know. You know that place exists and sights and whatever.
And how did those audiences respond to American Louisiana blues?
It was great. It was great. We would have the turnouts in the evening, and everybody just loved the music. And we put on a show, and it was good. You know, got accustomed to playing an hour and a half. And I came back to the States, and my first gig was 5 hours. So that was a killer.
Yeah.
But I've had fun doing this thing.
Why do audiences that react to everywhere? Why do they react so positively to your music?
I think it's the live performance. They can actually see and feel things moving. You know, it's not so just hearing it or whatever. So live musicians tend to have an effect on people.
What is it about the blues that is universal in its appeal?
Well, it's everywhere. You know, one musician I played with said that blues ain't nothing but a man feeling bad about a woman he once had. And that's kind of the story, but you hear the same story in country western music. But it's just laid back to, it's something that they felt. Tells the story.
So they felt it and they're still feeling it.
Of course. And it doesn't have anything to do with the age group. You know, if you're playing the blues for retired singers, that's one thing. If you're playing the blues for 30-year-old people, that's another thing, but they can still relate to that.
And then you turned your hand to music education.
Well, little did I know after I got out of that I've probably been doing that all my life. Because once I started being a band leader, then it was that information on to other musicians, trying to get what I wanted, and knowing then what I kind of wanted. So being a teacher for 12 years was really unique, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I know. And you had a tremendous influence.
Yeah, quite a few students I run into, even today, started calling my name and things, and I put together when they were in the band with me.
Right.
And never forget the first time I had graduates to go on to college, scholarships, whatever. That made me feel really good that I put the first instrument in their hand and they kept it going, you know.
Yeah, that's a legacy.
That was fun,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But throughout the years, I've had many musicians on the stage with me, and I've been on the stage with many musicians, and we just got a good feeling for each other, you know. So that I feel good about. 50 plus years of doing this
Yeah.
is another thing.
Now, in 50 years, how have you seen the blues change?
Well, it's not so much the blues changed, you know, like they had jazz and then they had contemporary jazz.
Right, right.
Or the same thing with gospel music. It got newer and more people or whatever. But the blues hadn't really changed. It's just other things like rhythm blues or rocker blues or whatever. But the blues is still the same. You know, we tend to pick on 3-chord progressions, 4-chord progressions, that kind of thing, and let everybody else do whatever they do. And so I haven't seen major changes except R&B. You know, that kind of takes us away from what is the blues.
Yeah.
And the people that presented it years ago had a story to tell. You know, hitchhiking, moving from a country town to a major city, trying to be heard, you know, but now it's too easy to catch a plane and go someplace else. You know.
How would you describe the blues that you play?
Energetic for the most part, and even our slow stuff has so much meaning to people. And when I perform, or have been over the years, I've had audiences tell me what to play. And they've heard so much, they say, well, you didn't play such and such. For instance, the folk festival one year, I had a group come from East Texas to hear us play. And when we got through with the performance, I had to come up to me and say, you didn't play my favorite song. And then I come to find out that Mustang Sally was their favorite song. But Mustang Sally is not as blues as you can be. It's more of R&B type blues, you know. But we've had good reviews from what we've done. Wedding receptions, top of the list, because all age groups are there. And so it's been good. It's been good.
So it's been a wonderful life playing the blues.
It has. Generally speaking, I would say yes. A wonderful life. I've enjoyed thinking back on it, all parts of it. You know, when I was hitchhiking to New Orleans and different places I would go and not have a vehicle ready for me. When I get there, certainly I would, but when I get home, it was another story. And I had a family, so I always had to work a day job to take care of the family because music, especially blues, didn't play a lot at that time. So you got to catch the right tour now to get paid, you know.
Yeah.
So.
You know, people they talk a lot about you playing the saxophone for good reason, but I don't know that I've ever talked with you about what does it take to be a good blues singer?
That is something you develop because you either pattern yourself after someone else or you try to strengthen who you are and hope that people accept you. But singing the blues definitely heartfelt. You know, as they say, crooning, you know, across the top of music. I've heard so many artists and so much music over the years. You have to develop your own style, or your own self, and I think that's what I've done.
Well, you know, it leaves you when you sing the blues, it leaves you very exposed and vulnerable. I mean, you're.
Well, it does, because people come to hear for different reasons, you know, and if you connect with several of those people, it does leave you vulnerable for what's next. And then that's another gig of good blues music. And that's what we're going to try to perform here today, is some old good blues music, you know. And hopefully that comes out well.
What keeps you playing the music?
Two things. One is I enjoy being on stage, and two, people enjoy when I am playing the blues for them, music. And being a blues jazz sax player, been recognized for that, but I want people to hear me, and so that's kind of how that goes.
What advice do you have for some of these young people taking up the torch?
Rehearse. It makes no sense, but don't stop, you know. And tag on to your other musicians that's been around a while, and try to learn as much as you can. But it's still what we call an alternative, because people tend to want to think that that sound is already good enough. And it's just like washing a car. You know, some people go through the car wash and that's clean enough. Some people rub on them all day. But that's the thing that I would say, continue to play. Continue to learn from other artists. And that way you develop who you are.
Hardrick, thank you. It's been an honor speaking with you today.
All right, Doc, same here. Now we'll play some of the jazz blues music that keeps us going.
Before we get started, let me see if I can change the atmosphere of this thing. I had a buddy of mine went fishing. He told me, he said, man, look, I fished for 3-4 hours and I ain't even get a bite. I said, well, man, I can outfish you. So I went out there the next day. I fished 3-4 hours, had my doggone graph on, my fish find on. I could see the fish swimming down there. I can't even see my bait. Still wouldn't hit. So I got me one of them big treble hooks, put a piece of lead on there and throw that thumb out there. And got to really snatch it. Snag one of them in the tail and pull him in. He had a mask on.
Probably doing it.
And it was part of borrow.
And you know what? Hey, look here. And I kept on snagging, and every one I snagged was at least 6 feet apart.
Social distancing.
I guess I got to practice it too.
You gonna start off talking? Are we ready?